వాళ్ళు సహకరించారు తప్ప యాజ్ ఎ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా డిడ్ నాట్ కమ్ అవుట్ విత్ అన్ ఆల్టర్నేట్ మోడల్. కొత్త మోడల్ కానీ ఇంకోటి కానీ ఏది లేదు, రీప్లేసింగ్ ఐటీఐఆర్. ఇన్ స్పైట్ ఆఫ్ దాట్, దిస్ 9th annual report, లెట్ మీ రిమైండ్ అగైన్, ఇది మాకు కొత్త కాదు, ఇది 9వ annual report. వీ హెవ్ డన్ దిస్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్, వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్ అగైన్. మాకెవరు చెప్పలేదు, మాకెవరు డిమాండ్ చేయలేదు మీరు చేయాలి రిపోర్ట్ అని. అయినప్పటికీ వీ హెవ్ బీన్ పబ్లిషింగ్ ఎ రిపోర్ట్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ బికాస్ వీ బిలీవ్ ఇన్ అకౌంటబిలిటీ, వీ బిలీవ్ ఇన్ ట్రాన్స్పరెన్సీ. తప్పకుండా పారదర్శకంగా జవాబుదారితనంతో ప్రజలకు మాకిచ్చిన అధికారం కట్టబెట్టిన ప్రజలకి ఏం జరిగింది, ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది చెప్పాలి అనే ఒక మౌలికమైన ఒక ప్రిన్సిపల్ పెట్టుకొని ప్రతి సంవత్సరం ఇండస్ట్రీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ, అర్బన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కానీ ప్రతి సంవత్సరం రిలీజ్ చేస్తూ వస్తున్నాం. మిగతా రిపోర్ట్స్ కూడా మీ దగ్గర ఉండుంటాయి, లేకపోతే వీ కెన్ ఆల్వేస్ ఫర్నిష్ టు యూ. సో దిస్ 9th annual report showcases an extremely impressive year of growth and achievements in the IT and electronic sectors. I'll also be going through this and you'll also see slides popping up, so you can make some notes and references from there as well. There has been recession, global slowdown, COVID, etc. in the last couple of years. But Telangana has not only maintained its growth, but we have surpassed all national averages, solidifying our position, consolidating, and making Hyderabad and Telangana a leading destination for innovation and investments. Today I'll present some key investments and milestones that have happened in the last year. And let me remind you, this is the numbers are till end of March. But I'm also going to talk about the investments that have come through in our last US and UK visits. Investments emo, they include the US and UK visit as well, which is post-March. But numbers that I'm going to talk about will only reflect numbers till 31st March, the financial year. So this year, California-based EV company called Fisker has set up their India headquarters in Hyderabad and continues to grow and continues to add to our innovation and sustainable mobility capabilities. Another very interesting company called as Callaway Golf has also set up their Digitech facility in Hyderabad. They have already started with about 200 people. They are a global leader in golf equipment, apparel and entertainment. And I'm looking forward to, in fact, seeing them grow and grow even bigger. A very large company, which is very, very prominent, called Qualcomm, as you all know, has now become, this center in Hyderabad has become their largest, this year that is, has become their largest center outside of the US. They have invested nearly 4,000 crores to expand their Hyderabad operations over the next 5 years. And their campus is a mega campus. In fact, it's very close from where we are. It's about 1.7 million square foot of campus. Nearly 10,000 employees are working from Qualcomm, making this their second largest center in the world. Now, what I'm even more delighted about is a huge success story, which is next. Google. I think your favorite search engine now for everybody. మనకి ఏం తెలియకపోయినా గూగుల్ని అడగడం అలవాటు అయిపోయింది. కాబట్టి నిన్ననో మొన్ననో నా కొడుకు ఏదో అడిగాడు, నాకు తెలియంది, నేను కూడా గూగుల్ని అడిగి తెలుసుకున్నాను. So Google is building their largest campus outside of their headquarters in the US in Mountain View in Hyderabad. Last year, in fact, we broke ground, and it is construction is going on furiously. We broke ground, and it's a 3.3 million square foot energy efficient, sustainable building. We're very proud that this is their second largest campus in the world outside of the US, and delighted that it is coming up, and it will become a true testament to Hyderabad's capabilities, engineering prowess, and it will stand as a landmark. This building will stand as a landmark for Hyderabad for decades to come. We also welcomed a very interesting company, a Swiss company called Swiss Re. Swiss Re is a reinsurance company. They provide their 160-year-old Zurich headquartered company. They have set up their innovation and analytical center in Hyderabad, and it's a huge addition to Hyderabad's banking, financial services, insurance ecosystem. Also very proud about another European company called as ZF. ZF again has their second largest facility in the world outside of Germany in Hyderabad. It's a 300,000 square foot campus, a large campus. I would like to thank our dear friend Mamta Chamarthi for this. She was instrumental in helping us achieve this. Again, it was launched in 2017, but they've expanded operations last year. And now, with more than 5,000 engineers, this is their second largest center in the world. Another very interesting company called as Experience Services. It's an American-Irish consumer credit reporting giant. They've expanded operations in India. And now they've started to add about 4,000 employees in Hyderabad. and I'm very proud that this will again be one of their largest centers in the world. Another very interesting Indian company called as LTI Mindtree, an amalgamation of L&T and Mindtree. It is the 5th largest IT player in India after Wipro, Infy, TCS, and others, and Tech Mahindra. They're also expanding their operations, and I've inaugurated this facility recently. And it's very close to where we are, about 100,000 square foot of facility. And now what is even more delightful about Mindtree is they've also launched a center in Warangal. And I'm looking forward to the center in Warangal also growing and becoming larger and bigger. Next is another very interesting company, Grid Dynamics. It's an engineering IT services company. They're into cloud solutions. It was again started with 1,000, and they're also expanding. They're into AI, data engineering, cloud, of course, and they continue to grow, which is again an extremely important area, in terms of emerging technologies. We also, in fact, not only have focused on private investments and private sector investments coming in, we also launched, we are very proud, in fact, to have launched a cybercrime center of excellence because, as you all know, even crime is evolving. Crime is also shaping, changing forms and shapes. Now, the typical crime ane tagipoindi. The new age crime is now cybercrime. So we launched in tandem with Cyberabad Police Commissionerate, a center of excellence for cyber safety. We're proud that this is, again, first of its kind initiative in India. And we look forward, again, to working closely with the industry, to working closely and creating more cyber warriors, creating more employment opportunities for our youngsters, and creating a very vibrant cyber ecosystem from our state, leading the rest of the country as well. Another investment that I'm very upbeat about. In fact, I skipped going to Delhi for it, and I also got a bit of flack in the media for this. Akkada BRS party office opening అవుతుంటే మీరు ఇక్కడేం చేస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పి కూడా కొంతమంది విమర్శించారు నన్ను. అయినప్పటికీ I chose to stay back to ensure that Bosch, which was a company with whom we were working for a long time, with whom we've been talking to for a long time, a German company, German major, because I knew the importance of Bosch, I knew what could be done with Bosch. I stayed back and I inaugurated it on the same day. BGS over BRS అంటున్నాడు మావాడు. Bosch Global Software over అంటున్నాడు. ఓవర్ ఏం కాదు, అది ఉంటేనే ఇది కానీ. Bosch, I stayed back that day and I inaugurated. I'm truly delighted that it's shaping up really well. They are going to hire about 3,000 people by 2025. Centers growing and growing at a furious pace. They're a leader, a German MNC, of course, a leader in mobility, industrial engineering and home appliances. Now, what I look forward to with Bosch is them becoming a part of our mobility valley as well. Because, this cross-functional knowledge sharing that can happen, when you have someone like Bosch in Hyderabad you can have an OEM, you can have an engineering and innovation company, you can have startups, and the entire spectrum of these guys is what makes a place, grow and thrive. And I believe that this is an extremely important investment from Hyderabad's perspective. Next is, of course, our good old Microsoft. They've consolidated their presence. Of course, they continue to grow and they continue to make Hyderabad continues to remain their second largest development center in the world. They've also added 3 new data centers with more than $3 billion of investment. It's a huge investment and a huge pat on the back for the Hyderabad's cloud ecosystem. And Hyderabad continues to attract investments in data centers. And Hyderabad also continue. And by the way, this is Microsoft's own data center. So they have other data centers, but this is their own data center. And this is their largest in the country. And one of the largest foreign direct investments for Telangana state as well. Next, of course, is a large, possibly the largest foreign direct investment that we have received. This is, again, last year, 36,300 crores, almost $4.7 billion. Then I don't know what the rupee value today is. But in rupee terms, it's about 36,300 crores. And 3 data centers, which are under construction right now, will be inaugurated sometime soon. All coming up in Hyderabad. And very proud that this is the largest FDI that the state of Telangana has received from Amazon. And the relationship with Amazon is special because our relationship started on the discussion of a small fulfillment center. Then it became, then came the world's largest campus of Amazon in our own city. Now this is one of their largest investments anywhere in the world. And I'm proud that this is really consolidation of our relationship. And because our Chief Minister keeps saying, your existing customer is your biggest brand ambassador. If your existing customer is happy, They're going to give you more business. They're going to spread the word. They're going to spread the cheer. Just make sure that they're taken care of. So our relationship with Amazon and it going from strength to strength is a testimony to that, testimony to Telangana government's industrial relations and what was being just mentioned by Srinivas Garu, that he heard, even Srikant mentioned it, he heard stories from investors on how well they're received and taken care of in Telangana. In fact, Jayesh Ranjan keeps answering WhatsApp messages at 2 o'clock in the morning is what investors have told me. I haven't, I haven't sent him any messages in the night, but Jayesh is so proactive and my team is so proactive. I'm super proud of my team because any leader is only as good as his team, his or her team. And my team, I can proudly tell you, is an amalgamation of expertise and experience from the private sector, I mean, if these guys were in the private sector, they would be killing it. They would be making millions and millions of rupees. But they chose to come to government. The fact that they've taken a significant pay cut, they've come here, they're working with us, shows that they're not only committed to the state, but they're committed to the country and the cause. And I truly, sincerely, wholeheartedly thank my entire team for their service, for their zeal. Another very important investment in cybersecurity was from CyberArk. Now, this is an extremely important company, again, in cybersecurity research. It's an Israeli company. They've expanded their presence here, and they continue to consolidate their research and development efforts. In fact, we are going to collaborate with them in creating more cyber warriors and ensuring that more young kids get gainfully employed. Next is a marquee investment that we signed up recently in the last couple of weeks. This was London Stock Exchange. Now, it's a marquee name. London Stock Exchange Group is something that everybody in the world knows. Again, they've done their due diligence. They're more than 300-year company, and they've done great deal of research before they narrowed down to Hyderabad. Of course, we've had to convince them, meet them multiple times, and eventually they signed off recently when we were in London. And this center will be starting this year, starting with employment of 1,000 people. But what I've seen in the last 9 years of my experience as a minister of technology and industry is, every time a foreign MNC comes in saying, I'm going to recruit 1,000 people, inevitably they end up doubling and tripling and quadrupling their numbers in no time. So I'm pretty confident that, London Stock Exchange will also certainly grow and grow faster than what they think, what they have imagined. Next is another very interesting and exciting company called The Zone. It is pronounced The Zone, but it's spelled D-A-Z-N. Now, The Zone is a global leader in sports live streaming. They have presence in about 180 countries, and they've chosen Hyderabad as their center for product development. This is their second largest outside of the UK, and this investment, again, will create 3,000 jobs by 2023-24. And The Zone, I believe, will also help us attract more and more other media, entertainment companies, streaming companies, sports companies, e-sports companies, etc. as well. So I'm very upbeat about the prospects of The Zone in the state of Telangana and India. Next is another marquee investment. This was in New York, again, a couple of weeks ago. Warner Brothers Discovery, again, a huge global media powerhouse, which needs no introduction because it really is a very, very well-known name and an entertainment powerhouse, like I said. They've announced, so again, I believe this is just a foot in the door. I do believe that there is enough and more that we can get from this investment particularly. The next one is, again, an investment that we could sign off on in the US, a company called Zapcom, a US-based product engineering company. Again, they are growing and they're growing big. They will initially employ 500 and expand to 1,000 within a year. They'll be specializing in travel and hospitality. They have products which are focused on AI. Another very interesting company, again, we sealed this in Houston, in Texas. This is an oil and gas company called Technip FMC. Now, Technip FMC is special because of two reasons. One, they're not only going to set up a R&D lab here, but they're also setting up a manufacturing footprint, which is extremely important. The manufacturing investment itself is about $150 million. And manufacturing will create about 1,000 jobs. And the other piece, the development piece, will also create another 2,500 jobs. What I believe is, between the manufacturing and R&D, the total export potential value is about $650 million. So it will add to Hyderabad's export, worthiness. It will improve and it will give a major boost to Hyderabad's ecosystem and the city's potential in diverse sectors, including oil and gas. Next one again is a very, very interesting company, Alliant. Alliant was in Hyderabad. It's in BFSI sector. They work in consulting and financial services. They had about 1,000 people. Again, they invested in 2017. But this year, when we were in Houston, I was mighty impressed with their management and their audacious goals. In fact, they are so happy with Hyderabad that this was again an unplanned announcement. When we went there, we didn't know what numbers they would be telling us. We knew that they had expansion plans, but we were not sure of the kind of potential there was. We went in with a very conservative mindset, thinking, it'd be great if they can double or triple. But what they told us was staggering. They said, we're looking to add about 9,000 people, 9,000 jobs in a matter of next few years. And they asked us for help, and we actually gotten them in touch with TASC. And I'm truly confident that these 9,000 new jobs will give the state's youth opportunities in tax, accounting, audit services, technology. The reason why I'm mentioning different sectors is to showcase the strength of Hyderabad and the versatility of Hyderabad. Oil and gas nunchi modal bedte, tax, accounting, sports, entertainment, not your regular reinsurance, actuarial sciences. So the range of topics that Hyderabad today can boast of, expertise that Hyderabad can boast of. I think very few cities, aerospace, defense, logistics, and I'm leaving out a few others, of course. All of these have become Hyderabad's strong areas, and I'm super proud that city is growing and growing at a breakneck speed. Another very interesting company, of course, you would all have heard of Bain Capital, a large company, a large investment bank. This is a Bain Capital owned company called VXI Global. Again, when we went into this meeting, we had no idea. We thought it would just be probably a courtesy meeting or a meeting where we'll have to do the hard sell and try and convince them to set shop in Hyderabad. But eventually, when the meeting was over, and when the VP told us that they're looking to hire about 10,000 people in Hyderabad over the next 3 years, we were amazed and we were thrilled and excited, super excited, in fact. So we welcome VXI Global, and I again urge our youngsters, because again, this is a very interesting company. They provide customer experience solutions, so it will be able to give an opportunity to a number of freshers, number of youngsters who can be trained. In fact, again, TASC is a great agency that you can collaborate with. You can work with TASC, because every time I make an announcement in my social media, the first question I get back is, okay, how do I apply? How can you ensure that Telangana youths get employment? My answer to them is, work through TASC, reach out, skill, upskill, reskill. There is no substitute. You cannot be looking for shortcuts. Skill, upskill, reskill. Be in alignment with what the market wants. Be in alignment with where the industry is headed. Look at the next few sectors that are shaping up. Start working towards it. Start building up your skill profile, and then you'll surely be able to accomplish what your goal is. The next one again is a very, very interesting company called as Mondi Holdings. This is a gentleman from Telugu states. In fact, his name is Prasad. Prasad runs a very successful company called as Mondi. It is one of the world's largest B2B2C company, a travel marketplace and technology innovation company. So they are looking again to hire 2,000 people. For their first venture outside of the US, looking to hire 2,000 people. Again, great opportunity for freshers. So I hope, again, cloud products, services, SaaS, mobile, and there are plenty of other solutions that they're looking for. Another very interesting Hyderabad, American company owned by a couple of Hyderabadis is Right Software. Now, this Right Software, again, heartening thing was they're looking to expand into tier 2 towns as well, like Warangal. And of course, they're wanting to consolidate and grow in Hyderabad, but they're also looking to make a foray into Warangal. Next one, please. State Street, one of the best stories in the recent times, one of the largest Fortune 500 companies in BFSI sector, $40 trillion under its custody, a large investment bank. Second largest center, again, they gave us the good news when we met with them in Boston, I think it was. And they announced that now Hyderabad will become their second largest base outside of greater Boston area, with more than 5,000 new jobs. Now, these are opportunities that need to be grabbed. I am content in increasing the size of the pie. from growing Hyderabad from 56,000 crores worth of IT exports to 183,000 to the new number now. Likewise, from growing Hyderabad from 320,000 employees to about 700,000 till now, to growing it more. Because as the pie keeps growing, everybody will get an opportunity. Hyderabad is an international city. It is not just a cosmopolitan city in India. It has that international vibe. Today, Rajinikanth coming here and saying it feels like New York is not a joke. Rajinikanth has traveled all over the world. He's not somebody who's not, it's not like he stepped out of Chennai for the first time, so therefore he's enamored by Hyderabad. No. This is a man who's traveled the globe, trotted the globe, and now comes to Hyderabad and suddenly says, this feels like New York. So these are all testimonies to Hyderabad and how well it has shaped up over the last few years. So my humble request to the youth of Telangana, to the youngsters of Telangana, please latch on to these opportunities. These have been created for you. The government incentivizes the industry to set shop here. Please aspire for these, improve your skill base, aspire and grab them, and they are yours. Because for somebody else to relocate from another city to Hyderabad is a big deal. But for you to move to Hyderabad and latch on to this is a far simpler, because you're at home, in your state, in your city. So for you to latch on to these should be rather easy. Well, on the tier 2 story, in fact, we had set a target for ourselves. This term, when we started our journey in 2018, the second term the government came into office, I had told my principal secretary and my entire team that our goal should be to ensure that tier 2 story grows. I'm super happy that Warangal, of course, continues to grow. Warangal has already now companies like Tech Mahindra, Cyient, Genpact, L&T Mindtree, and now we recently, last time I was in Warangal, we had inaugurated L&T Mindtree, Genpact, HRH Next, Hexad, SoftPath, and Quadrant. And some of them are building their own campuses. I think it's a brilliant story. Mehboob Nagar's IT tower has been inaugurated, and I'm happy with the way it is also shaping up. There are, the companies are hiring, and I do believe that Amar Raja Batteries setting up shop next door is also going to help, in product innovation and in mobility. Mehboob Nagar will certainly find its place. Likewise, we have had a significant success in the US. Sonata Software, again, is coming to Nalgonda. They are setting up a center in Nalgonda with about 200 people, which I think is heartening because Sonata is a well-known company. And I do believe that them coming to Nalgonda will give a huge fillip to others in the mid-tier to also start looking at tier 2 towns. Likewise, the 3M Healthcare coming to Karimnagar in collaboration with a company called as Eclat, again, is a huge resounding testimony to the capability of the tier 2 youngsters. So companies like Sonata, 3M, Mindtree, Cyient going to Warangal, Nalgonda, and Karimnagar is a rather compelling story that I can sell to others and invite them also to set shop in our tier 2 towns. In Washington, D.C., we had a number of meetings with a number of entrepreneurs of Indian origin. We tried to convince them, saying, if somebody can do it in Bellampalli, 2 companies in Bellampalli, Value Pitch and Sanatana Analytics, on their own, using the government's policies and support, they have set up centers and now 300 employees work for them in Bellampalli. So I told the same thing to all the entrepreneurs in DC. I told them if those 2 companies can do it, then why can't you do it in Siddipet, Ramgundam, Manchiryal, elsewhere, Mehboob Nagar, Nalgonda, etc., etc. So those stories now getting built, and I'm truly happy and proud. On the 15th of this month, in fact, we'll be inaugurating the tower in Siddipet, the IT hub in Siddipet. Finance Minister had called yesterday. He wanted this to be done as part of the decennial celebrations, and we are doing it on 15th. And right after this, we'll also be inaugurating the IT hub in Nizamabad, probably another 15 to 20 days from there. And then Nalgonda will also get ready. So in the next few months, you'll see 3 new IT hubs opening up in tier 2 towns. Siddipet on 15th of June, and followed by Nizamabad, and then by Nalgonda, all in the span of next few months. Nalgonda most likely would be in the middle of August, and in July probably we'll be doing Nizamabad. So in June we'll do Siddipet, in July we'll do Nizamabad, in August we'll be doing, thank you, Nalgonda. So delighted that this is shaping up well. In fact, our tier 2 cities in the last visit of ours in the UK and US, we have been able to pledge, we've been able to get a pledge or support of almost 2,500 jobs in the tier 2 towns, and I'm proud that the story is also shaping up rather well. Electronics sector is growing and growing well. We've had some significant investments like Amar Raja, Alox, Foxconn. Foxconn has been the biggest in terms of our employment story. 100,000 employment was the committed goal, committed MOU that the chairman of Foxconn had committed to our chief minister. The first, unit has been grounded, and in fact, I had to travel all the way back from UK just for that one day to ground the Foxconn unit and then fly back to the US. So that's our commitment to our investors. 35,000 new jobs from this one unit alone, and I do believe that Foxconn will grow from strength to strength. And the commitment of 100,000 is heartening because these are jobs where you can have youngsters who've done their diploma, who've done their +2, who've done their basic degree, and they all can get gainfully employed here. So this creates an amazing opportunity for youngsters who are possibly diploma holders and others. And I'm proud that electronics sector has been doing rather well. Of course, we hosted the Formula E race and hosted the E-Mobility Week from 5th to 11th. And we will continue to consolidate on the strengths of electronics manufacturing and mobility. T-Hub, where we are today, the 2.0 version of it was launched by our Honorable Chief Minister on the 28th of June last year. And I'm happy that T-Hub continues to attract headlines across the country. In fact, we've been awarded by Government of India as the best incubator in India. I believe that T-Hub has been an inspiration. In fact, day before yesterday, I saw a statement from Maharashtra government that inspired by T-Hub, they're launching an M-Hub. I don't know what M-Hub means, probably Maharashtra Hub or Mumbai Hub, I'm not sure. But glad that they're inspired, glad that they're also drawing inspiration from the startup state of Telangana. T-Works, which is right across the street, again, inaugurated by Foxconn chairman, and again, continues to be India's largest prototyping facility, has signed agreements with Foxconn, Qualcomm, Vasanta Tools, and continues to be in the news for all the right reasons. VHub celebrated 5 years last year and has helped more than 288 women entrepreneurs, 21 startup programs, has created several jobs, and through programs like Women in STEM and V-Alpha, VHub also has increased its focus on girl student programs to create an entrepreneurial mindset among the youngsters. TSIC, the Telangana State Innovation Cell, has been doing some stellar work. More than 100 Telangana startups were granted 2 lakhs each as a part of the district reimbursement grant by Government of Telangana. The intent of TSIC was to catch our youngsters rather young in a high school stage, ensure that they are given an opportunity to dabble in innovation, to dabble in entrepreneurship. And our MOU with UNICEF also was inked last year, and we will be creating Y-Hub, India's first incubator hub for youth and adolescents, again, as part of our effort to continue to spur innovation. Task continues to remain the mainstay of the skilling ecosystem. Task has been, in fact, a great story. Whenever I go out and whenever I talk about how Telangana's, ecosystem is vibrant, continues to remain a vibrant powerhouse because of the presence of talented youth. One of the reasons why I can say that confidently is because Task, in the last 1 year alone, has had 700 plus colleges registered, 35,000 new students registered, close to 2 lakh students skilled over last year, 2,000 faculty have been skilled in last year, and over 125 placement drives conducted and placed almost 30,000 plus students. And of course, we continue to engage with the industry and continue industry partnerships, and the list is there for you to see on who all we have partnered with. TSAT has been a revelation. TSAT, in fact, has been a revelation because during COVID, when the entire system was shut, when the coaching institution was shut, when schools were shut, when offices were shut, TSAT came to the rescue of many youngsters. Today, I'm proud to share with you, TSAT, in fact, in one last year, has now achieved a total user count of 42.8 lakhs, which is about 4.28 million. Total viewers are 16.73 crores. A lot of children who prepare, a lot of youngsters who prepare for competitive exams, including the medical entrance exam, the engineering entrance exam, other public service commission exams. So a lot of them have used TSAT and to good effect. MSET, like I said, PSC, LPRB and others. And TSAT, in fact, also has been reaching out to other sections like farmers, to women workers in healthcare, ASHA workers, etc., etc. One very important and heartening aspect of Telangana government has been the ESD, the Electronic Services Delivery. Very underrated, overlooked, in fact, if I may say so. Because the other day when I actually got a tweet from Jayesh Ranjan, I myself did not really realize how well T-Wallet has been doing. T-Wallet has already clocked transactions more than worth 20,000 crores, which is a humongous number, if you ask me. Because even Government of India's own digital wallet, I'm not sure what the numbers are, but for a state to have its own digital wallet and to have the foresight to actually be able to come out with it during COVID and to make it such a large, successful initiative is something truly laudable. And I compliment Jayesh and my team for that, and the director ESD as well for that. And not only T-Wallet, Me Seva, the T-App Folio. Today we offer more than 450 services to citizens through 90 plus participating agencies. And there are more than 4,500 centers of Me Seva across the state. And we handle, this is apart from T-Wallet. These other portals, Me Seva portals, etc., handle 6,800 crores worth of transactions per annum and serve nearly 2.4 crore people per annum. Huge numbers. If you think about it, it's literally 40% of 60% of the population, which is a huge number. 2.4 crore citizens per annum, 6,800 crore, in terms of monetary terms, and we've been ranked consistently by Government of India as the best performing state in electronic services delivery in e-governance. And in fact, by e-Tal, that's a Meitei agency, we've been ranked number 2, but for e-governance, we've won several awards from private and government sector as well. T-Fiber is still going on. It had to happen sooner than this, but we've achieved end-to-end services in about 12 districts, and 4 more districts will be ready by the end of this month. So that would be about half Telangana. But the commercial connections, etc., that needs to happen. Today I also saw an ad from the Kerala government, and a lot of questions were asked of me on when we are completing our T-Fiber. I'll have to assess internally and come back. But it is something that is an ongoing process, and I believe that it will again be a game changer. Emerging Technologies Wing has been doing rather well. In fact, they've been winning several awards for the way technologies have been adopted, embraced in various facets of our administration. We're the first state in India to have conducted a pilot of e-voting in 2 districts, making voting more accessible to the citizens. We also have 4 centers of excellence: cybersecurity, waste management, additive manufacturing, that is NCAM, and AI. All of these are being run by our Emerging Technologies Department, and I'm super proud again of what they've been able to achieve. TSTS, again, continues to help our infrastructure growth. And I know you're not here for this, all these things that I've just told you, and most of you were just nodding. I saw Kurumnath Garu also just nodding. I think you were waiting for the numbers. So now I come to the numbers. అంటే లాస్ట్కి చెప్పే ముందు మీకు ఇదంతా చెప్తేనే వింటారో లేకపోతే వినరని అట్లా. So I'll come to the most awaited part of the report. For the year, just to again put things in context, last year it was 183,000. But this year, I'm super happy to report that we grew at a staggering 31.44%. The export numbers today stand tall at 2,41,275 crores. ఇది ఒక్క మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే తెలుగులో చెప్పాలి. 2014లో రాష్ట్రం ఆవిర్భవించిన నాడు రాష్ట్రం యొక్క ఐటీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ నంబర్ 56,000 కోట్లు. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్కి ఈ ఇయర్కి పెరుగుదల చూస్తే సరిగ్గా 57,000 కోట్లు. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్తాను సో దట్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్. రాష్ట్రం ఆవిర్భవించిన నాడు 2014లో 57,000 కోట్లు 57,000 కోట్లు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్. కానీ పోయిన సంవత్సరానికి ఈ సంవత్సరానికి వచ్చిన ఇంక్రిమెంటల్ గ్రోత్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్కి ఇయర్ 21-22కి 22-23కి it's 57,000 crores. So that is the story of Telangana if I have to sum it up in one sentence. how quickly, there's no other word for this other than explosive growth. దీని explosive growth అనాలా ఇంకేమనాలో నాకు తెలీదు, but I think that is the right word for this. More importantly, number of new jobs. Last year, as I was saying, NASSCOM report prakarame, out of the jobs, total jobs created in India last year, let me remind you, last year, out of the total jobs created in India in technology, 1/3 were from Hyderabad, 33%. But this year, it's even more impressive. This year, it's 44%. 44% of the total jobs created in the country are from one state, Telangana. ఎంత కన్ఫ్యూజ్ ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నా గురించి ఎట్లా? The increase of 57,000 crores, and in terms of employment as well, it's a humongous story. Cumulative employment తీసుకున్నా, export numbers ఏమో 31.44% growth. Employment numbers తీసుకుంటే the growth is 16.29%. Out of the total jobs created, 2.9 lakhs last year, 44%, that is about 1,27,594 jobs, new jobs were created in Telangana alone. Now let me explain to you what this means. అంటే మొత్తం ఇంటర్గ్రాఫ్ అనే ఒక మీకు ఐడియా ఉండాలి. ఇంటర్గ్రాఫ్ అనే ఒక బిల్డింగ్ ఉంటుంది బేగంపేటలో. 1985లో కట్టారు, 87లో కట్టారు. దట్ వాజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఐటీ కంపెనీ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్. సో 1987 నుంచి 2014 దాకా, 13-14 దాకా, అంటే ఎన్నేళ్ళు? 37 ఏళ్ళ, 27 ఏళ్ళ, 27 ఏళ్ళు. 27 ఏళ్లలో హైదరాబాద్ చేరుకున్న ఐటీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 56,000 కోట్లు, 57,000 కోట్లు. మరి అక్కడ నుంచి 56,000 కోట్ల నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే టుడే ఇన్ 1 year వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు సర్పాస్ దట్ నెంబర్, 57,000 crores in 1 year. This is an increase factor by almost 4.21 times. అంటే మీరు అప్పుడు 57,000 crores-ని ఇప్పుడు 2.41 lakh crore తీసుకుంటే 4.21 times, or exports have more than quadrupled. This is impressive by any standards, by any stretch of imagination. ఓవరాల్గా ఒకవేళ CAGR తీసుకుంటే, కంపౌండెడ్ యాన్యువల్ గ్రోత్ తీసుకుంటే 17.31% since this formation of the state. And let me remind you again, మధ్యలో 2 సంవత్సరాలు కోవిడ్ వచ్చింది, అయినా మన కంపౌండెడ్ యాన్యువల్ గ్రోత్ రేట్ CAGR is 17.31. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక మాట చెప్పాలి. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ డైరెక్ట్ జాబ్ ఇన్ టెక్నాలజీ, 4 jobs indirectly are created aligned to it. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎట్లా అంటారా, ఏంటి ఇండైరెక్ట్ జాబ్స్ అంటే? హైదరాబాద్ ఈరోజు రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఇండస్ట్రీ బాగా జరుగుతుంది, హోమ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ బాగా జరుగుతుంది, హోమ్ బయింగ్ బాగా జరుగుతుందని మీరే రిపోర్ట్లు ఇస్తూ ఉంటారు, పేపర్లో చూస్తూ ఉంటాను. నైట్ ఫ్రాంక్ చెప్పింది, కుష్మన్ వేక్ఫీల్డ్ చెప్పాడు, JLL చెప్పింది, ఇంకోరు చెప్పారు. ఎలా ఆనరాక్ చెప్పింది, ఇట్లా రిపోర్ట్స్ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఎట్లా వస్తుంది, ఎందుకు వస్తుంది గ్రోత్? అది రాయదుర్గం 2014లో ఎట్లా ఉండే, ఈరోజు ఎట్లా ఉంది? ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని బిల్డింగ్స్ వచ్చినాయి, ఎంత గ్రోత్ కనబడుతుంది, కనబడే అభివృద్ధి ఎంత ఉంది, ఎన్ని కొత్త, ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్ ORR నుంచి లోపలికి వస్తుంటే ఎందుకు హైదరాబాద్ భిన్నంగా కనబడుతుంది, 10 ఏళ్ళకి ఇప్పటికి ఎందుకు తేడా కనబడుతుంది? ఎందుకంటే నాట్ జస్ట్ ఫిజికల్ ఇన్ఫ్రా, ద న్యూ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ దట్ హవ్ కమ్ అప్, ద న్యూ ఫెసిలిటీస్ దట్ హవ్ కమ్ అప్, కొత్త ఇండ్లు, కొత్త ఐటీ కంపెనీలు, కొత్తగా అమ్ముడుపోతున్న వెహికల్స్, తర్వాత హాస్పిటాలిటీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ది క్రియేట్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మల్టిప్లయర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అంటారు కదా. ఆ మల్టిప్లయర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఈరోజు 3,20,000 ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులున్న హైదరాబాదు ఈరోజు 9,05,000 ఉద్యోగులకు చేరుకుంది. అంటే ఈవెన్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ట్రిపుల్డ్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ బ్రాడ్లీ ద స్టోరీ ఆఫ్ Telangana's IT. Now let me also quickly draw comparisons. I'd like to thank NASSCOM, SEZ and STPI for joining us. I'm thankful to them for validating these numbers and giving us these numbers. మనకి ఒక్కసారి భారతదేశం యొక్క ఓవరాల్ నెంబర్స్ కూడా చూడాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఈ సంవత్సరం I told you that we grew at 31.44%. National growth rate, average growth is 9.36%, which is almost 3.5 times, probably or more. In terms of employment as well, ఇవాళ భారతదేశంలో టెక్నాలజీ రంగంలో వచ్చే ప్రతి 2 ఉద్యోగాల్లో దాదాపుగా ఒకటి హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి వస్తుందంటే ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ దట్స్ అ మీన్ ఫీట్. మనం బెంగళూరుతో పోటీ పడి లాస్ట్ ఇయర్, ఈ ఇయర్ 2 సార్లు కూడా we were able to surpass them. Now this again is a humongous story, because ఆ రోజు ఇక్కడ ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ నెంబర్ చెప్పాలి. ఇప్పుడే అమర్ చెప్పారు, మొత్తం భారతదేశంలో 54 లక్షల ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులు ఉన్నారు అని చెప్పారు. ఒక తెలంగాణలో ఇప్పుడు 9,05,000 పైచిలుకున్నారు. అంటే దాదాపు 16.5% ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులు ఈరోజు ఒక్క తెలంగాణలో ఉన్నారు. ఇది మీకు ఒకసారి కంపేర్ చేస్తే 9 years కింద ఎంత ఉందని లెక్క తీస్తే ఆ రోజు జస్ట్ గివ్ యూ అగైన్ నంబర్స్, ఆ రోజు 9.83% టోటల్ ఇండియాలో our share of employees in the total number of employees in the country was about 9.83. ఆ రోజు 32,90,000 ఉద్యోగులు ఉంటే అందులో మన షేర్ 3,23,396. We'll share a presentation with you, don't worry. We'll give you a copy. You can go into the deep details of it. You can analyze, you can scrutinize. It is all up for you, available to you, and also we'll put it up on the website as well. So then our share in the entire country in terms of employment was 9.83. Today we are more than 16. We are more than, oh sorry, this is ఈ 9 years తీసుకుంటే the total share of employment in the country ఒక్క హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి 27.6%. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ 44, అంతకుముందు 33. 9 years యావరేజ్ తీసుకుంటే 27.6%. And let me remind you again, this is despite ITIR, despite COVID, despite an inimical union government. But Telangana has continued to grow and continued to perform. More importantly, you know, I've said this even during the Foxconn's groundbreaking ceremony. Let me repeat myself. భారతదేశంలో ఏ ప్రభుత్వము కూడా, రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వమైనా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వమైనా, ఇప్పుడు రాష్ట్రంలో మీరు కేంద్రం తీసుకున్నా రాష్ట్రం తీసుకున్నా 142-143 కోట్ల ప్రజలున్న భారతదేశంలో కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వంలో ఉన్న ఉద్యోగాలు 59 లక్షలు, 59 lakhs మాత్రమే, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ రైల్వేస్, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఆర్మ్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. 59 lakhs ఓన్లీ మొత్తం కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వంలోని ఉద్యోగులు. అంటే ఎంత? 0.5% ఆఫ్ ద పాపులేషన్ కూడా కాదు. మన రాష్ట్రం తీసుకుంటే ఒక 4 కోట్ల జనాభా అనుకుంటే మన రాష్ట్రంలో 6,50,000 దాకా ఉంటారు ఎంప్లాయీస్. కాంట్రాక్ట్, అవుట్ సోర్సింగ్, ఫుల్ టైమ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ అందరు కలుపుకుంటే 6.5 లక్షల దాకా ఉంటారు. అంటే పర్సంటేజ్ టర్మ్స్లో ఎంత? 3%, 2% ఎంత ఉండుంటుంది. ఇంతకంటే ఎక్కువ గవర్నమెంట్లో స్కోప్ లేదు. తీసుకుందామంటే కూడా ఏ గవర్నమెంట్కి కూడా తీసుకోలేదు. సో ఉన్న ఒకే ఒక్క మార్గం, ప్రత్యామ్నాయం ఏ గవర్నమెంట్కైనా ప్రైవేట్ రంగంలో పెట్టుబడులు ఆకర్షించి ఆ పెట్టుబడుల ద్వారా ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు సృష్టించిన ఉద్యోగాలకి మన పిల్లలకు తర్ఫీదునిచ్చి, నైపుణ్య శిక్షణ ఇచ్చి, వాళ్ళని సమర్థులుగా తయారు చేసి ఆ ఉద్యోగాలు అందిపుచ్చుకునేలాగా వాళ్ళని తయారు చేయడం. దట్ ఈస్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ వాట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ హెస్ బీన్ డూయింగ్. యాజ్ యూ కెన్ సీ ద నంబర్స్, 3,20,000 ఉద్యోగాలు ఐటీ రంగంలో ఉంటే ఈరోజు 9,05,000 ఉద్యోగాలకు వచ్చింది. 9.83% ఆ రోజు మన వాటాగా ఉంటే భారతదేశంలో ఈరోజు యావరేజ్గా 9 ఏళ్లలో 27.6% వచ్చింది. This is the story of Telangana. This is why I call my state the most successful startup of independent India. And I'm very proud to have led this department. I'm very proud of my team. And I'm very proud that, you know, we continue to remain the numero uno state to beat. Today, if I remember correctly, and I'm subject to correction of course, ikkada IT department ikkada story chusi I see comments, lot of comments from different states, and particularly Bangalore and others, and how well Telangana has been performing, how well we have been growing. But I sincerely and honestly believe, humbly believe, and I'm not saying this with arrogance or any other intent. I believe this is just the beginning, and I urge all of you to stay put, because I sincerely believe this is just the beginning. There's more to conquer, more to achieve. There are many Sunicons in Hyderabad. There are many innovative young companies, youngsters doing so well. T-Hub is now coming into its groove. T-Hub also will start producing and delivering many more young, bright startups. And overall, the ecosystem is shaping up rather well. So I humbly believe that this is just the beginning. And I continue to believe that Hyderabad is the place to invest in. And you will see in the form of investment announcements as well, number of things that we've initiated over the last 9 years are falling in place now. The last thing I'll say now, you know, people also have to understand, you know, when we travel, when we meet investors, prospective investors, a lot of people ask, "Yen sadincharu?" See, sales cycles don't get completed in one meeting. Oka investment రావాలి అంటే, ఒక ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ పట్టుకొని రావాలి మన రాష్ట్రానికి ఇంత పోటీ ప్రపంచంలో అంటే, వాళ్ళను ఒప్పించాలి, మెప్పించాలి, ఎన్నో చెప్పి మొత్తానికి వాళ్ళను తీసుకొని రావాలి. So my humble request is, lot of things that we have started working on are falling in place now. You'll see more and more results come in. But for this to happen, for the momentum to continue and for us to ride the momentum, it's important to realize stable government and able leadership is important. Today we have an able leader in the form of KCR garu. He is somebody who's done basic work, grassroots work చేశారు. ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్లో ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్ is incomparable. Our Telangana is incomparable in terms of drinking water, power, basic sectors ఏదైనా తీసుకోండి. అదేవిధంగా బేసిక్ సెక్టర్స్ నుంచి స్పేస్ టెక్ దాకా స్కై రూట్ ద్వారా ఒక రాకెట్ పంపితే అది కూడా టీ హబ్ ఇంక్యుబేటివ్ కావడం కూడా మనకు గర్వకారణం. That is the length and breadth of Telangana. That is the spectrum of Telangana. And I urge you all to stay with us and to stay on the course and to be a part of this growth story. Thank you. Jai Telangana. Jai Hind. Any questions? Anything at all? And I think our Chief Minister is the key driver. No, I'm saying, I'd say this.
Which are the sectors?
Great question, sir. BFSI has been a great sector. I mean, a great deal of contributor. But more importantly, Kurunath Garu, I think now even the pharma companies, for example, Novartis, now technology is literally permeating into every sphere of life. Now Novartis, which is right behind this building, has 9,000 people here. And they're all into digital drug discovery. They're all into online clinical research. They're into biostatistics and bioinformatics. I see that as the next frontier. Not only Novartis, BMS started last year. I forgot to mention them in the report. Bristol Myers Squibb with 3,000 new jobs. So I believe that even pharma companies and other legacy businesses wanting to disrupt, wanting to actually innovate and set up digital innovation centers, I think that has been a key driver. And of course, as a sector, I think BFSI has been doing well, and we have a number of other investments lined up. మేము కొన్ని జూన్లో కొన్ని జూలైలో ఆ కంపెనీలతో సంప్రదించి ఉన్నాము. అవన్నీ కూడా మీకు జూన్ జూలైలో ప్రకటిస్తాము. BFSI sector is a very important sector, but otherwise I think tech into the legacy businesses. I'll tell you something more interesting, Navina. ఇందాక జయేష్ గారు చెప్పారు నాకు ITIR అని చెప్పి గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఒకటి తెచ్చింది కదా, 2012లో కదా జయేష్ తెచ్చింది. 2012లో వాళ్ళు తెచ్చినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్పారంటే, అందులో 2012లో వాళ్ళు చెప్పింది ఇది, ITIR కనుక ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే హైదరాబాద్ విల్ రీచ్ అన్ IT ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఆఫ్ 2.5 lakh crores ఇన్ 2032 అన్నారు వాళ్ళు. ఈరోజు మనం 2023లో ఉన్నాం. 9 ఏళ్ల ముందే ఆ నంబర్ చేరుకున్నాం దాదాపుగా. మీరు అన్నట్టు ICT పాలసీ కూడా ఆ నంబర్ దాదాపుగా చేరుకున్నాము. సో ఏది కొత్త నెంబర్ పెడితే బాగుంటుందో మీరే చెప్పండి.
And also, sir, in ICT policy, you said 50,000 jobs in tier 2 cities, but it is only 2,500.
That is the 2,500 piece is actually the ones we were able to bag in the last tour. But other than that, ippudike Warangallo, I'll get you the exact numbers. We're about 13,000 in total, because in Karimnagar alone, there's this one company which is already employing 800 people, Eclat. Like I said, Bellampallilo 300. So కనబడని అజ్ఞాత సూర్యులు అంటారు వీళ్ళందరినీ. ఇక్కడ మీకు కనబడేటోళ్ళు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు, కనబడని వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు అక్కడ. ఆ కనబడని వాళ్ళ లెక్క అంతా కూడా తీసి ఆ 13,000 కూడా కావాలంటే బ్రేకప్ కూడా ఇస్తాం.
So will you be revising your targets, sir, for the
I think we have to, like in the case of how we had done for life sciences. Initially we said life sciences we would want to be $100 billion by 2030. We realized that we were at 80 billion by 23 because we made that commitment in 2020, and 3 years we kind of eclipsed it. So we said we'll revise it to $250 billion. I think we'll have to revise it and come out with a new number. I think I'll sit with my team and confabulate and come back. Yes. Yes, sir.
Election year, will there be any, now this is going to be the election year, so this performance on the 23-24 financial year, IT sector.
అంటే నాకు తెలిసి నేను ఇదివరకు కూడా చెప్పాను, మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాను, తెలివైన వాళ్ళు ఎవరు జేబులో ఉన్న 100 రూపాయలు కింద పారేసి చిల్లర నాణ్యాలు ఎరుకోరు. కాబట్టి పనిచేసే గవర్నమెంట్ వదులుకుంటారు ప్రజలని నేను అనుకోను. ఎలక్షన్ ఈజ్ జస్ట్ అ స్పీడ్ బంప్. ఒక 2 నెలలు ఎలక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ రిజల్ట్ వస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ కేసీఆర్ గారు ముఖ్యమంత్రి అవుతారు. అది మాకు తెలుసు, మీకు తెలుసు, ప్రతిపక్షాలకు కూడా తెలుసు. పెద్ద ఫరకేం పడదని నేను అనుకుంటాను.
Sir, on this side, sir.
Yes, sir. Hi, Ashish.
Yeah. Hi. Sir, you have mentioned about achievement.
आप आखिरी में आए, आप तो सुने ही नहीं कुछ.
No. I was here for quite some time. I was standing backside.
नहीं बताइए.
So, आपने achievement की बात की है, sir. You have mentioned about all the achievement, amazing achievement. But what were the challenges? And for next year, what will be your goals? So challenges and goals I wanted to know.
चैलेंज तो एक ही है आशीष, एक है ये कि अगर भारत सरकार भी मदद करती, जैसे मैं मदद माने मैं ऐसे ही नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, जैसे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग क्लस्टर है, हमने कहा उनसे कि 2-3 और दे दीजिएगा, क्योंकि हमारे दो जो भी है महेश्वरम में और ई-सिटी में वो मतलब भरपूर भरे पड़े हुए हैं, अभी तक कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं। ऐसे ही हमने उनको बताया था कि टियर 2 हम लोग कर रहे हैं, टियर 2 में भी आपका मदद चाहिए और मतलब आप इंकरेज कीजिएगा। अनफॉर्चुनेटली वहाँ पे भी ज़्यादा मदद नहीं मिलता है। जब हम टी हब बना रहे थे काफ़ी सारे चिट्ठी लिखा हमने कि कुछ मदद कर दीजिए, कुछ पैसे वैसे दे दीजिए, कोई मदद नहीं। मतलब ऐसा अगर थोड़ा और मिलता प्रोत्साहन तो और भी अच्छा रिजल्ट होता शायद, बट कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है, हम किसी के लिए वेट नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम अपना काम करेंगे। और आगे जाके रिवाइज करने की जो बात किया आपने, नवीना ने भी वही पूछा था, रिवाइज तो करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हम खुद अपना, when the 241 number came out, I'm not joking, even we were all taken pleasantly by surprise because it's a humongous number. पिछले 27 साल में 2014 से पहले 27 years जितना आईटी एक्सपोर्ट हैदराबाद में हासिल किया, एक साल में उतना ही हमने इंक्रीमेंटल ग्रोथ हासिल हमने किया। तो that goes to show you the growth momentum that there is in Hyderabad, and this is really good news for Hyderabad, good news for Telangana, because what this means, what these numbers mean today, honestly, and I say this with utmost sincerity, is that it will have a ripple effect. इसका मतलब ये है कि इन्वेस्टर इतना ज़्यादा मतलब यहाँ पे भरोसा रख रहा है, इन्वेस्टर यहाँ पे इतना ज़्यादा मतलब उनका कॉन्फिडेंस है, तो इट विल हैव अ रिपल इफेक्ट, इट विल स्प्रेड अक्रॉस अदर सेक्टर्स, जैसे होम कंस्ट्रक्शन है और अपना हॉस्पिटैलिटी है या एंटरटेनमेंट है या ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है, इस सारे ही सेक्टर्स में इन्वेस्टमेंट और भी आएंगे, क्योंकि जैसा जैसा ये बढ़ेगा, ये ग्रोथ बढ़ेगा इंडस्ट्री का, बाकी सेक्टर भी बढ़ते जाएंगे। तो द रोल ऑफ अ रूपी, as they say, is what GSDP is all about. So IT sector will continue to remain a very important contributor to the state's growth story as well. In terms of GSDP, in terms of per capita, the growth story will continue and we'll have to revise.
One more question, sir. Recently, Cyberabad police did some amazing job and busted one of the biggest data theft racket here. What is government is doing to provide security and working on this data theft, because we have a lot of data center coming, biggest Amazon data center like you mentioned. So on data security, data cloning, data theft, how government is preparing itself?
Ashish, we have an institution called as Nalsar here. In fact, Nalsar के साथ जयेश रंजन जी रेगुलर संपर्क में हैं। हम लोग हिंदुस्तान का फर्स्ट साइबर क्राइम लेजिस्लेशन हम लोग तैयार कर रहे हैं। शायद अगस्त सितंबर में जब हाउस होगा, उसमें शायद साइबर क्राइम लेजिस्लेशन का भी हम एक्ट लाएंगे। और हिंदुस्तान में मैंने अश्विनी वैष्णव जी को भी बताया था पिछली बार जब हम मिले थे दिल्ली में, तब मैंने जब बताया तो उन्होंने कहा हमें भी भेज दीजिएगा कॉपी, हम भी शायद नेशनल लेवल पे कुछ करने की प्रयास करेंगे। तो विल बिकम द फर्स्ट स्टेट इन इंडिया टू कम आउट विद साइबर क्राइम लेजिस्लेशन, एंड आई एश्योर यू इट विल कवर every aspect of cyber crime, including data. I think
sir,
yes.
Last, sir.
Yes, one last question from the last guy. What's your name?
Can you just relate it to the real estate, sir? Is real estate driving the IT growth or vice versa?
అంటే రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఊరికైనా బిల్డింగ్లు కట్టరు కదా గురు, నీకు ఇక్కడ బిజినెస్ ఉంటేనే కొనేవాడు ఉంటేనే కడతారు కదా. అండ్ ఇట్స్ సైక్లికల్ ఆల్సో, యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. ఇంత పెద్ద పెద్ద బిల్డింగ్లు వస్తున్నాయి అంటే ఒక నమ్మకంతో మొదలు పెడతారు, గ్యారంటీ గవర్నమెంట్ బాగుంది, ప్రోయాక్టివ్గా ఉంది, బిజినెస్ తెస్తోంది కాబట్టి మేము కట్టే బిల్డింగ్ నిండుతుంది, అందులో వచ్చి పనిచేసే ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఇల్లు కొంటారు అని వాళ్ళు ఇల్లు కట్టే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ సైక్లికల్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ అ థింగ్, ఒక మ్యూచువల్లీ ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ కాదు అవి, ఒక దాంతో ఒకటి విడదీయలేని అనుబంధం ఉన్నది. కానీ రెండింటికంటే కూడా మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, నేను చెప్పింది ఇందాక అదే, స్టేబుల్ గవర్నమెంట్ అండ్ ఏబుల్ లీడర్షిప్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. రాజకీయంగా సుస్థిరత ఉండాలి, నాయకత్వానికి ఆ చతురత దక్షత ఉండాలి. రెండు ఉంటేనే అన్ని రంగాల్లో సర్వతోముఖ అభివృద్ధి కనబడుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు నిన్న ఇక్కడ డ్రోన్ షో జరిగింది దుర్గం చెరువులో, ఒక డిఫరెంట్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ గవర్నమెంట్ అచీవ్మెంట్స్ ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ 9 years అన్ని షోకేస్ చేశాం. ఎన్ని రాష్ట్రాలు ఎన్ని ప్రభుత్వాలు అట్లా చేయగలుగుతాయి? ఇవన్నీ చేశాం మేమని చెప్పుకునే పరిస్థితి ఎంతమందికి ఉంది? ఇక్కడున్న ప్రభుత్వం డెలివర్ చేసింది, ఇక్కడున్న ప్రభుత్వం అచీవ్ చేసింది. నంబర్స్, ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పే నంబర్స్ ఇక్కడ SEZ, నాస్కామ్, STPIని కూర్చోబెట్టుకొని చెప్తున్నాను, వాళ్ళు వ్యాలిడేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత చెప్తున్నాను. ఈ పరిస్థితి ఎన్ని రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఉంది ఈ దేశంలో? ఒక 4-5 రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ దేశాన్ని నడుపుతున్న రాష్ట్రాలలో, ఈ దేశానికి బువ్వ పెడుతున్న రాష్ట్రాలలో, ఈ ఈ దేశాన్ని సాదుతున్న రాష్ట్రాలలో తెలంగాణ ఒకటి. అది మనందరికీ 10వ సంవత్సరంలోకి అడుగు పెడుతున్న సందర్భంగా మనందరికీ థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thank the representatives from NASSCOM, SEZ, and STPI for being here. They are the ones who came up with this data. They audited the data, they validated the data, and presented it to us. Even though all the promotion, we do all the promoting the city and all, but they are the ones who gave us the data and we presented their numbers. So we thank them for giving us these numbers and putting all the work behind the screens. And thank you, press media, for being here. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the Dasabdi Utsavalu for the IT and industry T-Hub at 4 o'clock. Thank you.